Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert. So, just a heads up, I was intending for this series to have 2 episodes per week. Actually, here soon is probably going to be getting 3, because RLcraft and RLcraft Hardcore don't have a whole lot of time left before we'll be ending those out, and so this and Dig Site will probably become my focus until Dig Site ends off, and then we'll add another one to the mix. So I think it's probably what's going to happen. But anyways, my internet's been doing that thing that it did last year if you were around on the channel. Zito Media, horrible internet service. I highly suggest not going with them if you have any other choice. But anyways, their internet's at it again where it's just like abysmally slow, and so upload speeds have been just crazy slow. So just a heads up there. But anyways, last episode, of course, we got this built out to where it's at right now, which is still kind of more of a shell of a structure. You know, the back wall's not on. We're going to be working on that here soon. I was actually thinking about doing that this episode, but we didn't. Last episode, we spent the whole episode just building, and so I kind of wanted to... we can't make use of this building at the moment because I need a lot of chests. And, you know, I mentioned before, we need our treated wood area set up. So we have, you know, infinite creosote, basically, that we can use to make loads and loads and loads of chests. And there's a couple ways that we could do this. We've done it in the past using just like a wood farm, making charcoal, and that charcoal being made via the coke oven and that making the creosote, right? That's a great way to do it, but I decided that we're going to mix it up a little bit, and we are going to set ourselves up a very early game infinite coal factory. Okay, something a little bit different than what I've normally done in the past, and it's actually utilizing a few different mods and kind of cross-mod compatibility stuff that works with this pack pretty well. And so what we're going to do, we're going to set this up. I'm actually thinking we're going to have it set up right over on this little section here. And then we're going to have, we're going to start sketching out walls and roads before too long. But we'll have the road come up along here. And this will be set up kind of on the bay. And I think for power, actually the system that we're going to be setting up doesn't really take much in the way of material input. Except for a little bit of cobblestone to make our infinite coal. And it's not using the orchid. But actually for what we're going to be doing for power, we're actually going to be using the... oh, what's it called these days? The wind generators. Normally, I'm not a big fan of these because they're just a little bit too easy for power. But this is a small setup. It actually doesn't require a lot of power. And I figure we'll kind of mix these in. Normally, I don't use them, but we're going to just kind of... This series, we're not really... It's not a progression-y based series. We're just kind of doing whatever we feel like. And as we do progression, that's cool. You know, but we're just kind of having fun and building. And we're going to... I don't know, this will probably be more of like a longer laid-back type series overall, I think, because I love this pack. It's probably the best pack for 1.12 actually in recent history, so I'm just kind of having fun with it, and we're just, yeah, we got a lot of big builds and stuff to do, so I'm in no rush. So we're going to be going with wind generators for this, and once it's done, we're going to have infinite coal, infinite coal coke, infinite creosote, infinite treated wood. It's going to be great. It's going to be great stuff. So, that's what we're going to be working on this episode. We probably won't get the build itself done because I'm actually, at the present, I'm not exactly sure how I want to lay this out, to be perfectly honest. But let's go ahead, and the first thing I want to do is I want to just break this down. Because to make this work, we need to get a few things together. One is our coke oven. I'm actually going to eventually be making more coke ovens. I'm going to go ahead and grab our portable tank. With the creosote in it as well. So that's going to handle making the actual coke and the creosote. Now, we're also going to need some wind generators, and I'm actually going to go with, let's see. I think whenever I build this out, it's going to be kind of more of an outdoor type setup. Nothing too big. It's not going to be a huge building or anything like that. It's just going to be something kind of set up outside. One second, let me cut down some of these trees real quick. Okay, I got that all cleared off and all the items dumped and everything. So what we're going to do, the first and foremost, we're going to make ourselves a couple wind generators. I'm thinking just 2 of them should be sufficient. I am going to have to make a couple windmills. These recipes are actually a bit changed since the last time that we went through Enigmatica. I don't guess we ever made any wind generators last time, but I think they were like default recipe. We played Enigmatica before, back when it was like brand new. And it's still actively being updated, which is pretty cool, I have to say. um, because it's really nice to return back to it and see the changes and stuff. Um, but let's go ahead and grab ourselves that. And I'm going to go ahead and just whip up as much treated wood as we, or maybe not as much as we can, but a bit. And I need 16 crafts of treated sticks. And, yeah, I'm going to need a little bit more treated wood, in fact. Okay, so now that's as much as I can possibly make. So, there we go. There's 16 of those. There's 2 windmills. Okay. Originally, I was thinking about doing water wheels, but these will be fine. I mean, I'm not using them for like my main power system. And like I said, I don't really mind too much within this series, I don't think. So, there's 8 of those. I've got, let's see, I've got some circuits, some rich alloy and stuff around here somewhere. I just got to figure out where. Because everything's such a mess at the moment. Yeah, here we go. That's where it's all at. I've got stuff literally scattered everywhere at the moment. Tool casings are gold, iron, and redstone. Alright, so let's get 4 of those. And then we'll get our wind turbines, 2 of those. Or wind generators, whatever they're called. Alright, so we've got those now. And we've got our coke oven, our first coke oven. I'm probably going to make a few more of these. We'll see. I'll definitely want more. I just don't know how many just yet. Okay, so we've got that. The next thing I'm going to want is a mechanical squeezer from Integrated Dynamics. This is going to require squeezers. I'm going to start with just, I think, just one of these, and then we'll expand as we need to. If I recall, it's pretty fast, so we should be okay with just one. What's it take to make squeezers? And energy batteries. Okay, we're going to need to get crystallized mineral. Which means I'm going to have to set out on a little journey here and go get some. I don't think I have any mineral. Let me double check. Okay, it doesn't seem like I do. So I'm going to have to head out and see if I can find some mineral trees. Ideally, we're going to find a couple. But we'll see how things go. They're fairly easy to spot, and they're not overly common, but they're not too uncommon either. At least they weren't. I don't know if things have changed since our last go around with Enigmatica, but yeah, there's one right there. Awesome. Okay. So there we go. Yeah, we don't have mineral as of yet. And I got 6 crystallized mineral chunks. And I'm going to need, at the very, very least, I'm going to need 24. But we can actually craft these if we, well, we can use the mechanical squeezer, but we can also do the drying basin method using the mineral resin, which industrial squeeze. We can squeeze the mineral wood for that, for a block. Let's see, drying basin is basic. That might be worth doing. It's fairly quick. I'm going to have a quick fly around, though, because it's possible we could just come across a bunch of trees, too, and just knock it out without having to make any more equipment than what we need right this second. We will be setting up an auto mineral setup. And really, I could just bone mill the saplings and have all I needed. Yeah, we could do that also. Oh, there's a dragon. Eh. Not right now. Yeah, here's another tree. Boom, and there's 19. Yeah, one more tree and we'll be good. Probably just fly around and get it, because I could use a few extra of the saplings to get started with anyways. Before we do auto farms for them, I just realized I had Wayla turned off as well. Sorry about that. Okay, so this should be the last mineral tree that we need. Yeah, we've got 28. Cool. And we got 7 saplings and a bit of mineral wood. Alright, so let's head on back home. And then if we end up needing more, we will need more when we do our mineral setup, our proper one. But when we do that, it's going to be a whole lot easier. So, alright, so there's 2 of those. Oh, wait, I'm going to need 2 energy batteries, though. Derp. Okay. Well, that's fine. I can just bone mill these up. Okay. We should have plenty now, so... Or actually, I think just enough, but that's fine. That's fine. Alright, so our 2 energy batteries, we're ready to make those. Oh, it was 6. My bad. Okay, 1 second. We are now an expert. There we go. Alright, so there's our 2 energy batteries. Okay, and I've already got the obsidian plates. The diamond dust is pretty easy, and then I've just got to make squeezers, which take a bit of iron, but aside from that, they're fairly easy to make. So give me just a second here, and I'm going to get that mechanical squeezer put together. Okay, and I've got a bunch of enriched alloy being made right now, because we're going to need that here in a second. We're going to need about 20 pieces of it, but I went ahead and I'm making a half stack because we do use it a bit from time to time. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our squeezer. Boom, there we go, mechanical squeezer. And, okay, so we've got the mechanical squeezer, we have the 2 wind turbines, we have the coke oven. We're also going to need to get ourselves, well, we're going to need some power conduits. And some item conduits. Alright, I've got item conduits. Alright, and the basic energy conduits from Ender.io can do 5,000, so that should be plenty for us. And I can use that in the alley furnace. So, okay, so let me go make some conductive iron, and then I'm going to make up just a few energy conduits. We don't need a ton of them. I'm going to make like 3 crafts of them, I think. And then I've also got 12 more diamond dust here. And then I'm going to take 12 of these enriched alloys, and I'm going to upgrade them into the advanced alloy. Get that going. And then I need to make a couple circuits, which is just that. Our advanced control circuits. Okay, this thing is like crazy slow right now, so there we go. That's a little bit better. Let's do that. Okay, that'll make it a bit faster. I don't know if the wind turbines are going to cut it. We'll find out, but I just kind of wanted to do something a little bit different that's not a huge setup because we haven't done our big power setup yet. We're gonna be working on that here soon. That's coming up. It's just getting that storage building situated is priority number 1, and I need chests to do that. So, all right. Oh, we got a quest complete for reinforced alloy. I guess that's the first time that we've made it. Okay, so the first 8 pieces, I've got 4 more being made, but actually, let me sleep real quick, and then we'll just pop over to the smith to finish this out because I need a little bit of redstone. So chances are this is actually going to complete a quest as well then. When we make this. Boom, elite control circuits. Quest complete. Okay. We've actually got a few quests to turn in. We'll turn them in here in just a second, but there we go. There's our reinforced alloy, and I can grab these back now. Okay, so what we're going to do, let's go ahead and make our conduits. And then this should be the really big hint as to how we're going to do this, all of this. We are going to make ourselves a combiner. And I think one of these is going to be fine because later on we can change it to a combining factory if we need faster production. But I think one's going to be pretty solid for now. Alright, so we've got that. And then before we move on to the next step, which is going to be setting all this up, let's go ahead and take a look at our quests. We have a couple quests in Thaumcraft, getting silverwood, we get a loot chest, and getting great wood. I actually completed these last episode whenever I was clearing, so. And then over here, reinforced alloy, we get a loot chest, and elite control circuit, we get a loot chest. Alright, so first up we got end rods, then we got cashew saplings, a helium collector. That's actually kind of nice. Because I think these do require zirconium, which I think you can actually find that in loot chests. They're maybe not. Oh, you need thorium-230 though, which I think can be found maybe in chests, but I'm not for sure. But yeah, that helium collector is actually kind of nice. And then we've got a benevolent goddess charm. It's not terrible rewards actually. We'll probably set that helium collector up before too long. Go ahead and let it start stockpiling maybe. Okay, so we've got, let's see, we've got the combiner, we've got the squeezer, conduits, coke bricks, and really the only thing left we're going to need is storage for like items and stuff like that. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and get this stuff I think for right now, I'm going to build the floor out of cobblestone where it's going to sit, and then we will clean up. I don't know if we'll clean up this episode. We might do kind of like I did with these buildings, and I'll cut while I edit footage and kind of get things somewhat sorted out. I've got to boost that portable tank filled up so fast that now the XP is just kind of piling up right now, but that's fine. We'll do something with that. Okay, so let's see. Give me just a second. Let me do some thinking real quick and just get a general shape, and then we can figure out how we're going to go about this. Okay, I've got kind of a little layout in my head. I just kind of sketched out some rough things in cobblestone. I did set our wind turbines up right here, so we do have those already in place. They've already generated a bit of power, and they're currently generating 360 RF per tick. They're not at optimal height. I think they can go a bit higher and be a bit more optimal, but I don't really care, to be honest. But I have an idea in my head that's actually going to make pretty cool use of those, I think. Let me go sleep to get rid of this rain. But I think it's going to look pretty cool once it's done. So, because remember, we're trying to integrate our tech and stuff in more of a magical way. Not like everything's going to be floating and stuff like that, but kind of match this architecture style and then the magical feel while still having kind of tech. So it's going to be interesting to do this. But okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to set up this coke brick. Now later on, we're going to change this over to the reinforced coke brick since we have immersive tech. But honestly, I don't have the steel at the moment, so we'll get to that later. So we're just going to start with standard coke bricks, and then we'll make the change later. So these are going to be laid out, and I'm actually going to have two. I'm going to have two reinforced coke ovens in here, one on each side, and then we're going to have two more wind turbines. Once we have our treated wood in place, we'll get those set up. So this should be good for the time being. This will at least get us going. Making creosote and stuff, so there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do now, and we are going to have to manually move over cobblestone for the time being, but that's okay. That'll be fixed a little bit later on. So what we're going to do is, that's going to be ground height there. So we're going to have our mechanical squeezer setting here, and our combiner setting here. I think that's what I want to do. Basically, there's going to be a pillar. It's going to go back by one so we can have our conduits sticking on the back. And I think that's where I want it, because this is actually going to come out a little bit further. This is just a rough sketch. It's going to be kind of it's going to have a roof on it and stuff, but it's going to be open to outside on this end and this end. The coke ovens will be kind of enclosed on the sides there. It's kind of what I'm envisioning, but things change. We'll see how it goes, but I think it's going to look pretty cool once it's done. So, because really all this is going to do is just manufacture coal coke, creosote, and that's about it. So, all right, the mechanical squeezer and the combiner are in place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run some energy conduits, and these are going to run down just the back side, and they're basically just going to go down. This is going to connect in here, and it's going to grab the energy. And this will be right under the floor, so we'll just bring it over. Plug that in, and then this one here, I may have to make a few more conduits. Well, let me just make up 3 more. Conductive iron. I need to sort some of my teleports here soon as well. I've just kind of got all kinds of stuff thrown in there because I've been hopping around doing all kinds of things. And yeah, basically getting the base initially. It's like this initial setup because we don't have storage building. We don't have power. We don't have basic resources and all that. So, okay, so these have power now. Boom. Okay, so that's in place. And like I said, you probably have an idea of where I'm going with this, but if not, we're going to go ahead and put that to output. Auto eject is on. And we're going to go ahead and set these to nothing for right this second. Okay, so this can output items downwards. And so what we're going to do, the combiner is basically going to take 2 things. It's going to take cobblestone. So let me go grab this. This is actually going to go pretty far. We will have to manually input it for the time being, but it'll be a lot easier here soon. And then I'm also going to pop over to the smith. The other thing that's going to take is coal. But the coal we're not going to have to replace. The coal is a one-time fill, and it's good to go. Basically, the only thing it's going to use is a little bit of power and a little bit of cobblestone to make us infinite coal coke, infinite creosote. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw in cobblestone, we're going to throw in coal. And this is going to start combining. Now, it's not terribly fast. Like I said, we will upgrade it with speed upgrades, and we'll do a combining factory, which we'll get to upgrading a little bit later. But for right now, this is fine. It's going to make coal. It's going to drop it down here, and it makes, boom, 6 pieces of coal. Now, it takes 6 for the combiner to make a piece of coal ore. But there's a 50% chance that we're going to get an extra piece of coal every time it does this operation. So if we give it just a second here, we should. I'm betting this next one, he's going to produce our extra. No, still not. It's 50%, but it's not a very good 50% chance. Fourth one is the charm. Okay, so there we go. We got an extra piece of coal. Awesome. All right, so then what we're going to do is this coal is going to get cycled back. So it's going to go like that and that. And we're going to say that the back side of this, let's see, that would be the input, dark red. And then, oh, I did the top. Okay, so we're going to say the back is input. And we are going to just drop this. Boom. We're going to say you can insert. That's it. And this right here, we're going to say that you can extract, always active. And it's going to, maybe I have to pull from the bottom actually. Yeah, I think I do. That's fine. So let's disconnect that. And we're going to say you can extract, always active. There we go. Now it's pulling out the coal, and it's basically just cycling it back into the combiner. This is not getting enough power at the moment. That's fine. I'm going to have to up the power. And I'm going to set up 2 more wind turbines. That will not be enough long term because this thing is going to eat through that like it's nothing. And these things will work as long as, and it's the same amount of output regardless. Taking them a little bit higher in elevation is better, but they're going to work as long as there's not a block directly above them. And like most things that check for blocks, it doesn't mean you can do like chisels and bits or architecture craft above it and it'll work fine. Like for example, I had them set up in the windmill and it had the architecture craft wedges above it. Didn't affect it at all. So as long as it's not like a solid block. But we are slacking on power, which isn't great, but I'll have to route some more power over because I'm going to have the combiner running, the mechanical squeezer, which actually doesn't use much power, and then the 4 preheaters for the coke ovens, which don't use a whole lot of power. To like combined, I think it's only going to be like 120 RF per tick, so it's no biggie. But right now we've produced, it looks like 3 spare pieces of coal, which isn't a lot, but as this runs constantly, it will add up pretty quick. Especially once we make all this a bit faster with like a factory. So, and we can always add more mechanical squeezers if we need to, but I don't know. We'll see how things go. If the mechanical squeezer is just running constant, I think that would be plenty, I believe. And let's go ahead and set the priority on this to say 10, because basically what we're going to do is we're going to set up storage for the coal, and then that's going to get transferred over to the coke oven, but it needs to prioritize the combiner. This never needs to run out. So if this can accept coal, it needs to come here, and then any extra coal can go to storage and to the coke ovens. Okay, now what I want to do is, of course this would be like smack dab in the middle, like 4 chunks, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and just claim out this area, and I can't, okay, I'm just going to chunk load that. I need to make some actual chunk loaders here soon. We will be doing that. But I want to keep this thing running all the time. And so then what's going to happen is any additional coal can just come over here. This is going to get changed up slightly whenever we do the advanced coke ovens. So basically it's going to have a hopper right there. It's really the main difference, but it's going to be a little bit taller. But and there'll be ceiling up here, so I think. And then what we'll do is we will say that you can insert And there we go. It's sending the extra coal over. The combiner should still be getting all the coal. Should be prioritizing the combiner. Then in any of the rest of it's going to come over here and make coal coke. And what we'll do is we will put a storage for this. I don't know if I'll have it just sitting right up here. Probably not. I will probably have it... I don't know yet. I'll figure that out. So, okay, so that's the basic concept of the system, right? And that's how we're going to make infinite coal coke, and infinite creosote. Though the coal coke and the creosote will be the primary focus, then coal will just be excess, like if things back up maybe or something. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, but the system is now running. Awesome. It's not super fast. We need more wind turbines and stuff, and just more overall, I think, at this point, but that's fine. Let's go ahead now, and I think, well, I know that I can auto output the fluid. This will change up once I get some more steel made, so I'm not going to do anything too permanent with this for the time being. What I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to attach fluid conduit right there and stick our portable tank on the back and say that you can extract always active. And there we go. There's our creosote coming out. And the combiner still has 64 coal. There we go. That's great. It's great news. Okay, so what we're going to do now, that needs to run for just a little bit. I could build this out, but I think this is going to be more of like my piddle project where I just kind of mess around with it bit by bit. Because basically I just need this in place so I can start making drawers for that building, which is kind of our focus point. Okay, so let me see. I think I had some chests on me. I do. I have these. And I can craft up. I've got a bunch of treated wood here. I would like to make some more wind turbines is the only thing, but this is going to be building up, though, so that should be okay. Yeah, so let's go ahead. Let me pop up here and get some smooth stone. And let me pop home and... let me grab a bit of wood. And we can craft ourselves... well, I gotta make the buttons. There's a stack of buttons. And there we go. There's a bunch of chests. Okay, so we've got those. And now on to the building that we're actually working on. I've got to figure out what kind of a drawer layout, like design that I want to use for this. And what kind of drawers. Let's see. I don't know if I just want to go with like 2x2s or 2x1s. I don't think I want to go with singles. They're just, it's not really worth the space consumption. At least for most things. So I think we're going to start with a bunch of 1x2s. Yeah, this building's big enough. We can go with 1x2s and we should be good to go. Okay, so I'm going to need to make a bunch of this. Right here. We're going to make framed ones, of course. So let me pop over to the windmill. I've got 26 chests to my name at the moment, so I'll probably just use all those for 2x1s, I think. And we will have some of the half-cut ones, these half drawers. But for right now, I just want to make 20 of these. All right. And then my framing table is... where did I put it? This is going to need to pretty much just go in the drawer building. I need to make a teleport over to this as well real quick. And I'm going to have to get this building chunk loaded here soon also. Alright, for right now, I'm just going to toss this down like right here, because this is where we're going to be using it. And then let me, in portal. I can get rid of floating crystal, because we can fly now. So, let's do storage build. There we go. Alright, so I'm thinking for this building, for the design, I don't know if I have any skystone here or not. I do not. Alright, this thing's still cracking away. You'll notice that it's making coal faster than it's making coal coke, so that's a good sign. Once we get the improved coke oven and we have 2 of them running, it's going to be producing a lot of coal coke, like pretty fast, and a lot of creosote. Okay, so I think I want skystone, and I think I want... I don't know if I want to do skystone and cooked skystone, or skystone and hardened stone. I kind of want it to match this build, which is pretty much hardened stone and skystone. I could do the, oh yeah, I could do the cobblestone. I always like using cobblestone for stuff, even if it is chiseled. But let's take a look at, well, not that one. Yeah, see, I feel like that's a bit too dark. And that too. Yeah, let's try just cobblestone. And we'll chisel it so we have something smooth. Probably the big tiles, I think. Or the embossed, maybe. And let's actually light this up so it's not quite so dark. Because this building doesn't have lighting yet, so... that would be the embossed. Which, I don't know. I think I kind of like that. Yeah, let's go with that. These back walls are going to be kind of drawer walls. And then we'll have some drawers out through here. It's going to be interesting getting all this connected. It's probably going to be a few little structures or little mini setups. So just a heads up on that. I actually need some more hardened stone bricks real quick. I do have these, so I could just do that for what I need for right now. Yeah, what I'm going to do is just bring this up right here. And then I think I'm going to have them sitting... oops. I think I'm going to have them sitting at this height. I hope this episode isn't boring for you guys. Like, this is a lot of, like, planning and figuring this building out. But I feel like it's also kind of important. And it's kind of a big part of what we're working on at the moment. So, okay, I think this right here, I'm going to build this out, like, 3 wide. So it's kind of like that. And then right here we'll have another thing of drawers. They may go up one higher. Not for sure yet. One higher is going to be awkward to access by hand. But, you know, it's going to eventually be plugged up to AE2. So long term, it's not going to matter. Short term, we don't have to worry about it really. And that's 18 wide. So it's enough that a drawer controller on this side and a drawer controller on this side will be able to access this whole wall. So, yeah, I tell you what I think we're going to do. Because even if we have to, like, even if we can't, like, stand on the ground and access them, I mean, it's not... I'm going to have this set up so it almost... it's going to be kind of like, in theory, it's going to be kind of like those great libraries that have the big ladders that you pull around. I'm going to put some little ladders up against the wall. Might do them with chisels and bits, instead of just using ladder like the block, like the vanilla block, because I think they could look a bit better, a bit more 3D and everything. But I think what I'm going to do, actually, is have these come up 3 high, and then I'm going to have another row of drawers, and I could do a border there, maybe do 2. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to bring this across. We'll probably do some chisels and bits just so it's not so bland across there. So something like that, and then this would come up just like that. I think I might just bring it up down here and have this just be a straight line of drawers, I do believe. And then what I'm going to do is just bring this along. Well, actually, I can fix this with chisels and bits a bit later. So I'll just bring this across, and I think... yeah, I think this will work, actually. Because remember, this back here is actually going to be a wall. And we'll get to that. We'll start working on that here soon, I promise. In case you guys don't know what I'm talking about or like what I mean by that. It'll make sense, hopefully, here soon. I could also have them stick out off the rest of everything. Oh, now that might look pretty cool. And then I wouldn't even need this or have to worry. Yeah, I'll try that, I think. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll just fill these in. I think the drawer controller is actually going to be, I think, on the next floor up. Because then it could access this bottom floor, that floor, and this floor pretty effectively. And we could have like one drawer controller that covers this segment, or this half, and then one that covers this half. And then we'll probably need another one, maybe a little bit farther down, because we're probably going to have some more drawers down through here. And then I know we're going to have some drawer racks. Yeah, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We're just covering the back walls and getting these in. So, but now I need more chests. Or I need more. What did I run out of? Sticks. Yeah, I ran out of sticks. Okay. But I need more chests too because I'm almost out of those. And I have 5,000 creosote at the moment, which isn't too bad. Let me go ahead and get a bit more treated wood. A bit more. Luckily, all the clearing that I've had to do, I've got lots of wood. So, and then this, I'm just going on the ground because I don't need it. Okay, so let's get, I'm going to get like 16 more of those for right now. And then the rest of these I'm actually going to use for the 2x2s. I don't know if I want to do 2x2s or 2x1s. Let's mix it up. Let's have half 2x2s. That's only 8 stacks per drawer by default, but of course with upgrades it gets crazy. These are 32 per. So, and I'm thinking these we'll use for like, you know, we'll use the ones lower down that are bigger for more stuff that we're going to be storing densely. And then we'll use the other ones for stuff that's a little bit less dense. So, all right, let's grab that. Let's grab our 2x2s. Okay, I can only make 8 at the moment. That's fine. I'll just dump the rest in for making that. Okay. All right, so let's dump those in. We're going to keep the same style on these, and then we'll get... I'm going to go grab some more skystone real quick. We'll go ahead and just fill this in a little bit more. And then up here, kind of what I'm thinking is we could have these protrude a little bit. Like that, and then I could have like something around them, you know, not just sticking out like that. I mean, I could even do actual borders on these instead of just skystone like solid, but I think I'm going to do architecture craft around the edges, or chisels and bits, one or the other. So probably architecture craft, because I can make that work actually pretty easily. So something like that, and then all the way across. So this is going to be like really dense, but like on item types. But this will probably be like saplings. Like say this, I'm probably going to use this first one for wood because I need a place to store wood. So we could have like, you know, the different types of wood and stuff down through here, and then up here maybe keep saplings and say planks for the wood, you know, because that stuff, you don't generally have a lot of it on hand, but you have a lot of the wood blocks. So yeah, and maybe do something like that, and that would actually kind of work out probably pretty well. I don't know. We'll see, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. So all right, I need, yeah, see, this is the thing. I need lots and lots and lots of wood at the moment. Oh, yeah, this is the pack that doesn't have frame trim. Why does it not have frame trim? I don't understand it. I might actually look in the configs. I think it's just disabled in this pack. For whatever reason. I don't know why one would disable frame trim because, you know. I mean, I guess I don't necessarily have to have it because I could actually run the trim and connect like that and that just behind this, which would be easy enough to do because there is oak trim. One second. Let me make this really, really quick. And all we really have to do to connect this up is just bring this up, because this is all going to be kind of hidden, and then we'll just do that, and presto. And then if I need to connect it up again, I can just bring it over and plug it in, and then bring it over and plug it in. Honestly, probably the best place to do this would be on this side. Like that, and then I could just bring this up. This would all be hidden, and then it could just plug into the different spots, I guess. I'll probably have to bring it over on this side too, because on this side of the stairs. Alright, but let's go ahead and get the rest of these drawers that we can get. I'm going to have to cut for a bit, I think. I might start sticking some stuff. I'll probably do wood first, because like I said, I really need a place to get this sorted. And I'll start slotting in some of the wood while I wait for... Like right now, I'm really waiting for creosote to build up. Because I just need so many chests at the moment. And it's really the most effective way to make the chests is just going for the treated wood setup, I think. And then for right now, the lighting is going to get a little bit nicer in here, but for right now, I'm just going to do torches down through here. It's going to be a lot of item storage, but I think it's going to be nice for this pack because if you recall back when we played Enigmatica before, I had a pretty substantially good-sized item storage area, but it even filled up on me, and I was like out of space, and I was like sticking places where they didn't, or items where they didn't really belong and stuff like that. So I think having this set up is going to be nice, in all honesty. So, but okay, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to edit some footage and get some things slotted, and we'll kind of figure out where we're at on stuff after that. Okay, it's been a little while. It has been a little bit, and I was editing the footage and kind of saw where we're at on the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I kind of wanted to spin an episode since, I mean, this is this is a big chunk of our base. It's fairly important. So far I've gotten all of this laid out. Well, I mean, the drawers in, and I've got wood. I've got basically plank, sapling, leaves, and then for like mineral, I've got the planks, the sapling, the berries, and we'll have the leaves. And then ironwood will have the planks, the saplings, the berries, and the leaves on that as well. And then wood types down here. Enriched mineral will go right there. So, and then I've got overflow. I need to make upgrades, and then this is stuff I still got to sort. And I've got some more stuff. I've just been going through chests and kind of getting things organized a little bit right now. Over here, we've got another set. I have not slotted anything over here yet. And also, since I cut, I have been getting some stuff together. I've got a couple drawer controllers. I've got some iron plates. I've got some external heaters, a hopper, and some steel plates here. And actually, I want to take these iron plates, and I want to turn into iron sheet metal. And then we're going to do that and that. And make 2 coke oven preheaters for starters. And then I also need to, I got more steel plates than what I need, but that's because we're going to need more steel plates here soon. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some steel sheet metal also. And let's see, let's pop over here. Let me go sleep real quick. But I will say, I think I didn't do any piddling on this building. I did, oh, that lag spike was legit. I think it's because that building was loading in, and it's a pretty hefty building to load in. I did get our other 2 wind generators crafted up and connected up. It's still not enough power for this, by the way, though. It's still eating through. And I did put a hopper here, and I set the side config for extra and started feeding in cobblestone like that. I could put a chest here, but hopefully before too long this will be just fully automated. This is kind of just, I need chests now. I need treated wood now set up to run this. So, and then this is backed up. Okay, it hasn't started backing up in here. Oh, it's started backing up in here, though. And then I've been taking some of the cold coke to make steel, because we're kind of at a point now where we can make lots of steel easily because of all the cold coke. So, alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and just, let's just break this off for a minute. Let's grab that out. Let's grab that out. I'm going to go ahead and snap all that off, and I need to pull up that. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's take our steel sheet metal, and we're going to go back here. I'm going to go ahead and get this set up because we have the materials now to make our improved coke oven, and we're going to need to get ourselves 18 of the reinforced coke bricks. So we do get to keep 9 coke bricks, so I'm halfway to my next one, basically, and I just have to whip up. And I actually think we have 1 coke brick left over, but I'm still going to have to make 4 batches. So that, and then the hopper goes right there, and then we can just, boom, there's our coke oven advanced. And then I can throw this in there, and that's going to start running. Now, I've got to remember exactly where all the stuff goes, but I know the preheaters go on the side. Okay, there we go. Got it plugged in, so that goes there, and then I was trying to click too far up was the problem, and then that goes there. And I don't think, yeah, they're not going to get power from this side. So what I'm going to have to do is just plug power in coming off of that, I guess. Got 2 of these. That's all we'll need for right now. I will say it's gonna put a little bit more of a power strain than what we've got at the moment. That's okay. It's 10,500. Okay, so it auto output, I guess. Yeah, it auto output the creosote. That's cool. We can just connect that up. Connect that up. And like I said, these I think use 32 EU per tick. I have this because I couldn't remember the layout for this. Yeah, 32 flux per tick. So these things each produce 360. I mean, this thing it's just a power hog, basically. It uses, yeah, right now it's using 400 RF per tick. I don't know, that doesn't seem right though, right? That should be, oh, but yeah, the power, okay, no. I don't use the mechanism generators. I haven't used the mechanism generators in too long, I guess. The output is 360 RF per tick, but its power is only 75.65. So, I mean, these things aren't super efficient at the moment. They could be a whole lot more efficient. Like, for example, if I was to grab, let's say I grabbed this and I took it up. Like down there, it was only producing 75. But if we came up a bit higher, because it's all based on elevation with these, if we came up to, say, like right here, now it's producing 118 per tick. And I want to say it caps out around like 120, if I recall, somewhere around in there. But because it does have a cutoff, like you can't just, I don't think going up to 255 I think it's kind of like Astro Sorcerer, like there's a point where it just kind of like stops getting an increase. But I could be wrong, but I believe that's how it used to be, back when I actually used to use those a lot. Okay, so that's plugged up. We can go ahead, actually, let me see. Coal coke is output at the front, and the creosote at the back. Coal is fed into the top. Okay, so that's good. See, it's already made 5. It's a lot faster. It's a whole lot faster than the regular one because of those preheaters. So, and of course, you don't have to have the preheaters, but you can have up to 2 of them on there. So, all right, so that's feeding in coal. Wonderful. And this is pumping out the creosote automatically. So that's good. Now I don't need the fluid conduit for that. We're going to need a bit of painting machine work in this building, but that's okay. So then we'll have one more on this side. And so you'll kind of walk in and it'll be like, boom, boom. We'll probably have the drawers for the coal coke, maybe sitting like right here. And then, of course, that's going to get fed over to that building probably, and maybe even to the Smith building also. I will say there's going to be a bit of duplication as far as the drawers go. Like the Smith building is always going to be there, but I'll also store metals in this building. The food storage is always going to be there, but I'm also going to store food in this building because this is like the grand, big, monster mama storage area, right? That's like cobblestones up there, but it also gets stored over here and so on. So, but yeah, so we'll probably have like a drawer here that has coal coke and probably a drawer over here that has coal coke also. And then we'll have a drawer maybe here that's like lower priority than the blast furnaces that takes coal or something. Or I might do coal coke on one side, coal on the other, have it all linked up on the same item line. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I do know it's about wrapping up point for this episode, so I am going to wrap this one up. Now that we've got this set up, it's going to make our lives a bit easier. It's still a little bit manual. I still have to manually empty this thing out and clean it out and stuff. Which is fine, because I've been going through this creosote pretty heftily, I have to say. So that's not a big deal. Next episode is going to be a lot of speed build, and we'll also do a little bit of work probably in this building, maybe a little bit of work in that building also. But it's going to be primarily speed building, because I think we've kind of got the basis. We got a design going for this building, and we have our coal set up, which is basically at the cost of power and cobblestones. It's infinite coal. Infinite coal, infinite coal coke, infinite creosote. That's basically generated for basically free. So I hope you guys like this setup. I kind of love it, actually. But so next episode, what we're going to be speed building is we're going to be speed building out this. I was going to do it off camera, but I was like, we could speed build it and kind of work on it next episode. It's not gonna, I don't think it's going to take a super amount of time, because it's actually, no, it's not a huge build. It's basically, you know, the walls are going to be back in here, and then it's going to come out to say like right in here and kind of come out just kind of overlooking the water here, and then it's going to come out, you know, maybe it's like right here. So it's not a very big building at all, but it's basically, that's all it is it's just 2 coke ovens and a little coal setup, and that's it. So, but I think it's going to look cool once it's done. Just kind of a little thing. You know, not all buildings are going to be big and grand. That's just going to be kind of a little workshop thing. And then we're also probably, that's not going to take very long, so we might start speed building out some of this back wall, because it's kind of important that we get that built and start getting some of the wall segments. And I had a really cool idea between cuts. The walls that run around the town, like all over the place, we're actually going to, have these ran through with viaducts, I think. You know, I've used these a lot in the past. I love viaducts, and this build would be perfect for viaducts that just basically run around the edge of the city more than anything, so we can, there'll be like little access tunnels. Like I might stick one, say, well, one actually might just come right into the storage building, so you could like walk right over here and there's a viaduct system and you just zoom off, you know. But I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to have little viaduct entries, and then the viaducts will run through the wall that wraps around the main base. So it's kind of like our little magical subway system. And then we'll also have some of the Britannia, the luminizer system, I think, to kind of move around within the town itself, like outside the viaduct. I think we'll use luminizers and viaducts for travel around the city. And then maybe some other stuff. But both of those seem like they'd be kind of fun. And I mean, I've used them in the past, but they're always fun to mess with. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think. So. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I know some people might find drawer work boring, but I know some people like it. Just kind of going through the planning. But we also did this little setup and some other stuff. So, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I hope. But yeah, so back to speed building for the majority of next episode. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. It's kind of a common theme within this series. A lot of speed building going on. It's like, do a little bit of work, speed build some more. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already, to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I promise the wind turbines, I think they're going to look pretty cool once we get the build on next episode. So bear with me. I know they look horrendous right now, but I think they're going to look pretty cool. They're not all that efficient. It's not enough power, but that's okay. Honestly, it's plenty probably. It doesn't have to run at full efficiency, but we might bump it up. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys then.